Hi, this is Brenda with AOMed. I'm the Director of Sales and Education for the company, and we're getting ready to do a brand new training video on our Pilleo facial filler treatment. But before we get started in the treatment, I'm actually going to be the model today. I'm going to show you how I cut the masks and the things that you need to actually do the treatment to start with. First of all, you're going to be getting this ampule. This is enough for 5 treatments. You're going to be using 4 ml, so 20 ml total. 4 ml per treatment. You're going to get your spatula that you're going to need to use that, and you'll be seeing that in the treatment room. You're going to use your needleless syringe. You absolutely have to have your stem cell mist. But for the purpose of starting this off before we get going with the treatment, I'm going to show you how I cut the mask, okay? So you're going to see that you're going to have 3 sheet masks, okay? So what I do is I just kind of get my working area all set up to where whenever I'm cutting it, I'm laying it out how they would be doing the treatment. So this is what I call the masquerade mask because it has your eyeballs in it. So what I do is I will take my scissors and I will cut it directly through the eyeballs, across the bridge of the nose, and through the other eyeball, okay? Now, this top part is what is going to go above your eyebrows. It's okay if there's some in the hairline because it's not going to really stick because it needs that ampule to do that. But that's kind of what I call the Eddie Munster type of the mask, okay? Then you're going to be left with the one that has the nose and under the 2 eye areas. Because our nose is not completely flat, what I like to do is I will take where there's the little slit right there, and I will cut it straight up and down. So that's going to be under 1 eye. Then I'm going to cut the other slit that you're going to have under the other eye, and then you're going to have the nose section that you're actually going to be able to wrap around, okay? Now there's going to be a smooth side and a rough side. I like to doing the rough side down, but don't overthink it. Just get it on there and it's gonna work no matter what, okay? So if you get the mask on there and you're like, oh shoot, I have the smooth side down, just leave it alone, okay? Don't pick it up because once you do that, you've destroyed the mask, okay? So then I go on to the bottom part of the face, okay? And what I do is I take the scissors, I cut directly through what the mouth would be, through that all the way to the other side. So then I have 2 pieces. One, the one that has the slits in the bottom is actually gonna wrap around your jawline. And whenever I'm gonna be doing or kind of walking through this with Natalie, I'm gonna be explaining to her how you wanna get really close to the lip line with that because that's gonna give a little bit of that plumping action. And a lot of times that's where women age a lot, around the mouth area, okay? And then, so I don't cut that anymore. And then this part is where it has more of a square that's gonna go under your nose. And then that is gonna go on the top of your lip, okay? It is perfectly okay if the masks overlap, okay? That's totally fine. Now, one thing that I do with, or what I've done differently with my treatments now is I cut this into 4 because I feel like it's a whole lot easier to work with when you have 4 pieces, okay? So I just make 4 little rectangles. So there's gonna be 2 for each side when we're doing it. And that's how I did it. So I pre-cut the masks before I even get going on the treatment, okay? The next thing that she's gonna be doing a little bit of the cold plasma, and then she's gonna be prepping my skin also with the micro peel, okay? You don't have to do both of those 2, but because we're doing a new training video, we wanted to include that, okay?